Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this Friday. Now, I've been watching a lot of your best baits in the month of January videos lately, and I've got to point out a few things that I have not heard mentioned that are very important when you're fishing in colder water. So what you will see in most videos are baits that are going to get a lot of bites. They're going to work in cold water, and that's only half the story. So I want to dive into the other half of that today, and then also shed some light on some other things that I think are very important. You know, this time of year, bluebird skies, sunny days can make the fish move into your area. Those are the types of conditions that are going to make areas reload and help the fishing. This is really the only time of the year where that happens. Most of the time, when you have sunny bluebird days, it's going to make the fishing considerably worse. This time of year, you've got to take advantage of those days. So I'm going to give you a couple baits that I think are really important, and then some that are great cold water baits, but you can get yourself in a lot of trouble if that's what you're relying on to catch all your fish. But first, guys, I want to thank you for subscribing. I'm not feeling great. I'm a little raspy, as you can tell. Thank you for liking these videos. That helps the video out a lot. And if you left me a comment, I have been under the weather. I will get back to you guys on those. I love talking fishing almost as much as I like fishing. So thank you guys for doing that. All right, so here's the kicker when it comes to cold water fishing. You want baits that are going to work in those cloudy, windy days that will also work in calm, sunny days. That's how you hedge your bets in really cold water. Yes, a spinner bait. Yes, a chatterbait. Yes, a lipless crankbait are very good cold water baits. But until we get into February and March where that water gets up into the mid-50s, those baits will catch you one bass. Those are not good numbers baits when the water is 52 and colder. So if you think you can pick up one of those baits, roll with it all day, you may only catch 5. Like, it's going to be tough to do that. So I think it's very important to understand when you're watching everyone's January baits, you will find that they're numbers baits, they're baits that work in cold water, but they're also baits that are really good in sunny, calm days and cloudy, windy days. You know, your finesse jigs, slow fall. You want baits that are going to fish super slow and work in all conditions. A crankbait, you can take a DT6 or a rock crawler, something that dives a little deeper than 6 feet, fish it in 3 feet because you're reeling it really slow. So most of your tackle box is going to work in cold water. You just have to be able to fish it slow while keeping it in the strike zone. But I think the biggest thing is to take advantage of these calm, sunny days, not only because you're going to get a lot of them, excuse me, but that's going to make areas reload. If you're fishing a little bit of off-colored water, that sometimes is your best indicator to go fish that off-colored water. If it's warmer, that's going to be the deal. Most of the time, you have to be in the clear water when you have super cold water because that's the only way fish are going to feed, through their eyesight. But when you get a little bit of a warming trend, that's going to turn on some of those other areas because new fish are going to pull out of the creek channels, pull off the main river channel, and pull into that off-colored warming water. Very important this time of year, guys. Thank you for bearing with me and my raspy voice, and I'll see you guys on the water.